The Teen Titans animated series from 2003 was a favorite of mine growing up. It had an excellent mix of action, drama, and comedy. And even though it was cancelled, it maintained a strong cult following and a reputation for being one of the best superhero cartoons around. A few years after its cancellation, however, DC and Warner Brothers rebooted the show with the same voice cast, but in a different, far more comedic direction. Reactions were mixed to say the least, but it was a huge hit, and it plays on Cartoon Network literally all the fucking time. I used to watch this show periodically when it was new, and I found it amusing for the most part. But I eventually quit once it started getting a little too stupid for my tastes.
Knock, knock, let me in, knock, knock, let me in, I gotta go. Knock, knock, let me in, knock, knock, let me in, I gotta go.
Aw, don't tell me I missed the pee-pee dance.
When the movie was announced, it was both surprising and not really. The show is really popular with kids, which makes sense. But it is also infamous for the amount of detractors it has, who all just hate the show and will verbally abuse anyone who like it. Like, these people immediately compared this to the emoji product from last year. Yet these are also the same people who think the new She-Ra design doesn't look girly enough, so I guess what surprised me the most was the fact that this show got a theatrical film. Not a television film, not a direct-to-video thing, just like every other DC animation. A movie out in over 3,000 screens. It's one of the 2 Cartoon Network shows to get the honor of a multiplex excursion. Hey, does anyone remember that news when Adventure Time was confirmed to get a movie, only for it to never happen? You probably forgot, but that's okay, you got Teen Titans Go instead. You're welcome. However, despite the skepticism, it ended up garnering surprisingly high ratings on the tomato site. And it's come to my attention how interesting it is that, Wonder Woman aside, the only positively reviewed DC films in the last few years were this and Lego Batman. You think Warner Brothers should just abandon their planned cinematic universe and just make animated parodies? They're already taking themselves less seriously, might as well go all the way at this point. But anyway, purchasing my ticket to see Teen Titans Go to the movies, I came in with the high hope of liking it, and I kinda didn't? Basically, it feels like an 80-minute episode of the show, but in a theater. That might sound okay to you if you're a fan of the show, but if you're not a fan, or kind of whatever to it, like me, then there really isn't a whole lot to get into. I pretty much knew what I was getting myself into, where in the opening scene, after a 5-minute fart joke, they bust into this in-your-face rap number where each member introduces themselves. If you're as familiar with the show as I am, you'll know about some of the hallmarks, because they're displayed here full force. These include poop jokes, musical numbers, unsettled pop culture references,
Then let's go back to the future! I mean, the past!
action being loudly addressed by on-screen text, and running gags they will not let go. Like, there's this recurring joke that Robin has tiny baby hands, and they really overplay this, like, they really find that funny. But that's not to say the movie is all around terrible. Like, the plot of the Titans, Robin in particular, wanting their own movie, in a world where literally every hero has their own movie, is kind of a clever concept, I guess. The fact that it's in the movie studio does make the DC movie jokes flow more naturally. And yeah, I've been hard on, like, the humor of this movie because a lot of the jokes really are stupid. However, there happened to be 2 or 3 jokes that were not only funny, but they were really funny. Like, they actually got a laugh out of me, more so than any of the jokes in Ant-Man. And oddly enough, they're also really dark jokes. Like, I could show you one of them here. So the context is, Robin is feeling depressed, and the other Titans are trying to cheer him up by singing this upbeat song.
And you know it's super. The groove is sounding. Yeah, now I'm feeling.
They continue this song for a little while, until it ends like this.
It's an upbeat inspire. Yeah, I think his dad is a cop. Right!
That one got me when I saw it. There's another good joke about superhero origins, and while the Superman one was pretty stupid, the other ones, especially Batman's, were funny. Anything else I could really talk about? All the Titans, with the possible exception of Robin, are all just the same goofy, interchangeable character, which was a problem I had with the show as well. Hey, Slade's back, and he's sadly not voiced by Ron Perlman. He's voiced by BoJack Horseman, playing another DC animated character. Of course, he's just a goofball as well, which granted does fit the tone of the show, although I did chuckle at some of the lines he says. Animation-wise, it looks just like the series, only with nicer looking backgrounds and at least an attempt at scale. So we're a tier above Doug's first movie quality, but not just below My Little Pony movie quality. So it's not really worth watching in the theater for, but it is nice to see some hand-drawn animation again. I did see another hand-drawn movie in the theater called Mary and the Witch's Flower. It was a pretty boring movie, but it looked nice. I wanted to like this more than I did. To me, it's just a feature-length episode of the show, and I'm not all that big on the show. If you like the show, or you still want to see the movie, then fine, go ahead, more power to you. You might like it better than I do. As far as TV cartoons going to movie theaters, I guess it's fine. I didn't laugh all that much, but whenever I did. Honestly, I laughed more at the second SpongeBob movie than this. In fact, here are some better TV cartoon movies to watch. Here are some better superhero parodies to watch. And if you want your Teen Titans movie fix, just watch Trouble in Tokyo. It's not in theaters, but it's there. Also, the end of this movie does confirm that the original Titans are coming back after all, which is cool. Although it was a dick move to trick people into watching this for a 6th season. I guess I'd give it a 5 out of 10, although I am being pretty generous here.